What kind of team you expect tomorrow against Benfica? Looking forward for the next round.
In terms of Benfica, what we expecting? Is that what you mean? Our team. Look, I think like anything. I think Noah mentioned it before. This is firstly, it's a huge challenge for us ahead. That's very clear in terms of what we face and what we're up against. We look back at the first game, and in terms of where we was in the first game, I thought it was very competitive. Goal disallowed, and it was a real tight game. The game was decided on two mistakes really when you look at it. But for parts of that game and large parts of that game, it was very competitive in every bit of how we performed. Now, of course, the scoreline's a scoreline for tomorrow night's game, but we come here with one huge challenge ahead of us, one challenge that we're relishing as a team and as a football club. And hopefully we can, football takes care of itself if we can get on the right end of something here and come with a real momentum and a real understanding of what we're here and the occasion of what we're facing here. I hope that we can bring a real challenge in this game, really.
Good evening, Mr. Parker. Obviously, the defeat in Ostend was a huge blow, but did you see any signs of, during the last couple of training sessions of your team, that make you confident for the game of tomorrow, that you will be able to bring a better performance?
Well, certainly not. Coming out of the game on Friday, it wasn't a performance that probably any of us expected, all of us in that sense, and it has been a quick turnaround. Previous to Friday, I see a team and a group that were heading in the right direction in that sense, and we was, certainly in moments of our game, we were showing signs of the team that I want us to be, for sure. I refer back to the first leg, really, and in that first leg I see a confident team, a team that in them moments, like I said, we brought the game to Benfica, so that gives me huge confidence going into tomorrow night, really. Different competition, and of course coming off a very difficult result on Friday night, which probably come to a shock to all of us in that sense, but certainly, like I said, the first leg of this game and how it was, and when you look at the game and how that game panned out, really, it was probably decided on a couple of mistakes, really, and previous to that we was well in the game in that sense. So yeah, we'll go and give everything we got in this second leg. We'll enjoy this occasion and perform to the levels that we can perform at, really.
Hello, Mr. Parker. Looking for the squads in the Champions League, how you see Benfica? It's a top team, playing well. You see Benfica as favorite?
Well, I see Benfica as a top team, yeah, for sure. A team that are very competitive, with individual quality and outstanding attributes in their side, really. So yeah, a top class team that, of course, we probably see firsthand in the first leg as well, really. So understand their qualities, and you wouldn't be operating in this competition and doing as well as they are domestically as well. So a strong side we face tomorrow, and a team that are capable of doing good things, really.
Hi, Coach. Good evening. One could say that maybe Sunday's game is even more important than this one. Are you going to give some players rest, or is that out of the question?
Yeah, again, Sunday's game. The most important game is tomorrow evening, really. So, there is no sight from my side or the team's side regarding Sunday at this present moment in time. We have a huge game tomorrow night. And I think I've said it to you guys many times before. We need to take each game as it comes, as cliche as that sounds, but that's the reality. And I don't know what the consequences, what can happen tonight, of course, but when you sit in this chair and as a manager, anything can happen tomorrow, injuries, whatever that may be, and of course we don't want that. But first and foremost, right, this present moment in time and over the last 2 or 3 days has been full focused on this game tomorrow night and what is the best way for us to perform and try and get a result in this game, really.
Coach, looking back at the game of Friday against Ostende, do you ever doubt yourself or the choices you make?
No, I don't doubt. I don't doubt one bit. The Friday's night performance was way short of where we would ever want it to be as a group and as a club. In terms of the team, we didn't perform at the levels we wanted to perform, and probably was a bit of a shock in that sense how we did perform previous to that. While of course we wasn't managing to win, we was starting to build something which was very difficult to beat, and I felt that we was heading in the right direction in that. But like anything, certainly early on, it's still not a team, and I think the players will see that as well, that in certain moments we want to be, or a style in which we want to play at. But for sure, Friday night's performance was not one that any of us expected, really. But yeah, regarding doubt, no, never doubt. Of course, it's an amazing thing in the world, hindsight, and you can, hindsight's a very good thing. The facts are, when you play a football match, you don't have hindsight, and while you can learn and you can understand certain things and grow a little bit more, or certainly work out things a little bit easier, or certainly try not make certain mistakes that you may make, not just talking about Friday night, I'm talking about in general. But yeah, for sure, don't doubt.
You said a few times it was a shock for the team and for you as well, but for you, what was the biggest shock as a coach, what you saw on Friday?
Just how we performed. I think I said it to you on Friday. I think, look, Friday night, certainly first half, we were way short of what we needed to bring to a game of football, and that was in every aspect of the way we played and way we approached the game. So yeah, I think that was very clear. Second half, the second goal comes at a bit of a wrong time. But like I said, these are the bumps along the journey sometimes, certainly early on in a process as well. And yeah, that's where it is.
Junior. Hi, Coach. After the game of Friday, you had talks with the board about your position, about the team, what the coming months can bring, because you told us that you didn't know that you wouldn't know if you would be coach today. Somebody asked you. So were there talks with the board, or were there like?
No, I didn't say that either. I didn't say that. That question was asked at me, but I answered it in a way that's out of my control. So I don't need to speak to the group of players or the team regarding my position. That's irrelevant. My job is to build this team, to nurture this team, to give them the support, and obviously to educate them in a way which is the way that I want the team to behave, play on a consistent level. And they're always the conversations I'm having. Of course, we go over in detail regarding performance. That happens win, lose or draw. Friday's performance, like I said, is something that obviously we was all surprised with. We dust ourselves down, we reboot ourselves, because why? Because within 2-3 days we have another massive game, which is tomorrow night. So while I suspect we'll learn and we'll understand certainly what we need to bring in every moment of the game, these are all part of it. Regarding myself, that my job is fundamentally to coach this team and try and create a team that everyone at this football club, fans and everyone is proud of, and we're consistent in that, really. So yeah, I don't need to explain to the team my position in any way.